Would you like to be able to save more money each month? Well, who wouldn't? And if you implement all the tips I'm about to share with you, you will for sure see results on your bank account. Scandinavian Bob here, hi. This channel is about crushing anxiety and discovering interesting biohacks and self-improvement tricks in order to build a stronger self. So consider subscribing, click on the bell icon, and let's get going. Number 1. Whenever it's possible, try to buy in bulk. If you make a habit out of doing this, you can save a tremendous amount of money. For example, I used to only buy 5 or 6 potatoes, about 1 kilo at a time, for $1. Well, recently I started buying in bulk instead, and now I only buy 10 kilo bags for about $4. By doing this, I save 60 cents per kilo, and since I eat about 200 kilos a year, I save $120. And so now some of you say, hey, that's not really that much, is it? But then you had the wrong mindset for both making money or saving money. You see, you have to realize that this was just one very cheap food item, and that you can apply the same principle for a lot of other foods as well. And by buying in bulk whenever you can, you'll easily save more than $2,000 a year. Speaking of mindset, let's move on to the next tip. Number 2. Create a monthly balance sheet. This is way more important than you think. I have always been good with my money, and I'm also a pretty self-disciplined person. So for many years I just neglected this one, thinking, I don't need it. I know where my money is going. Yeah, right. Until I actually decided to try it. Oh man, it was a wake-up call. All those small things add up so quickly, and if you're not keeping track of them, you are fooling yourself. There are several ways you can do this. You can download some cool app on your phone, or you can use a spreadsheet on your computer. The key thing is that you have to write down all your expenses every single day. Listen, we have to live in objective reality in order to have control over our lives, and having a monthly balance sheet is a way of living in reality. Number 3. After you have been cooking food, don't just take the saucepan and throw the hot water into the sink. It doesn't help heat your house once it's down the drain. However, if you keep it until the water is cool, you are recycling the energy by letting it help heat your house. Also, after having used your oven, leave the door open in order for the hot air to help warm your house. Remember, adding up all the small stuff will pay off big time in the long run. Number 4. Pay with cash instead of credit cards. For most people, this will result in a psychological effect where you are not that eager to buy unnecessary stuff. You see, when we use credit cards, we are much more likely to have the instant gratification mindset because we don't actually see the money decreasing. So it's much more likely that we'll just go on living in denial. And so now you say, I'm not resorting to paying with cash. I prefer to live in modern times. I don't think anyone is using cash nowadays. Well, think again. Warren Buffett, one of the richest men in the world, prefers to pay in cash. In fact, he says that he pretty much always carries around about $400 with him. It's about the mindset, guys. It's always about the mindset. Number 5. Know what you are worth in time. Let's say you want to buy a phone, not because your old one is bad, but because there's a new one out there and, well, you just want it. The phone costs $900. By knowing what you are worth in time, you again stay on top of things. Say you are earning $15 an hour, and after taxes you are left with $13.5, depending on in what country you live, of course. Well, how many hours would you have to work just to get that phone? The answer is 66.6 hours. I hope you like your job, but what if you don't? Is the newest phone really worth 66 hours of slaving away? As you can see, again, we are learning how to think about money in a different way, and this will help us enormously when we want to save money. Number 6. Make sure subscriptions are up to date. There's nothing worse than money going down the drain. Review your cell phone services. In fact, call them and tell them you need to get your monthly payments down a bit and you would like for them to help you find a solution. Also, shop for cheaper internet services. Do you really need the premium version of everything? Give it some serious thought and you will most likely find something you can cut down on. Number 7. When you are taking a shower, turn off the water while you are putting shampoo into your hair and when you are applying soap on your body. There's no need to have the water running all the time. This is kind of obvious, but the fact is that most people don't even think about it. The same goes when you are brushing your teeth. You don't need to have the water running all the time while you are brushing. These are the kind of things that will add up in the long run. And you do plan to stick around for a long time, don't you? Alright, this is Scandinavian Bob signing out for today. Consider subscribing for more helpful videos, and as always I wish you all the best in your journey to become the strongest version of yourself. And remember, as Winston Churchill used to say, if you're going through hell, keep going.